Good afternoon, Mrunal. Good afternoon, Garima. Good afternoon, Santosh, Alice, Jatin. Where are others? Ishan, Raj Lakshmi Sharma, Anurag. Okay, good afternoon to all of you. Today we are going to study about the bones in the skeletal system. Okay, we already started the lesson body movements, and in that we already studied about the functions of skeleton, and we already studied about the joints present in our body. For example, what is this joint? What is this joint? You answer. This joint is ball and socket joint. What is this joint? You answer. This joint is, yes, you answer. Janvi Bhendarkar gave correct answer. It is ball and socket joint. Aditi gave correct answer. And Eli gave correct answer for this. This is hinge joint. Okay. Then Janvi Bhendarkar also gave correct answer for this. And which joint is this in the wrist? What kind of joint is there? In the wrist and in between the vertebrae of the vertebral column, in between the vertebrae of the vertebral column and in the wrist, what kind of joint is there? Gliding joint. Okay, gliding joint, hinge joint, ball and socket joint. And what kind of joint is in the neck? What kind of joint is in the neck? Okay, Bhendarkar gave correct answer, Tripathi gave correct answer, Karkade gave correct answer. That is gliding joint. Here and in between the vertebrae. Now I am asking, what kind of joint is in the neck? In the neck, Elias, I am not asking in the skull. I am asking in the neck. Ishan Tapase gave correct answer. That is pivotal joint. Okay, pivotal joint is here. That we already studied. And what kind of joint is there in the skull? What kind of joint is there in the skull? That we already studied. You answer. In the skull there is fixed joint. Yes, Elias gave correct answer. So that we already studied. That is fixed joint, pivotal joint, ball and socket joint. Then hinge joint. Here gliding joint. Here in between the vertebrae, gliding joint. In the hip, ball and socket joint. In the knee, hinge joint. Okay, so all these joints we studied, and we also studied that this skeleton it helps us to move from one place to another. Now stop giving answer. Listen. Moving from one place to another as a whole body is possible only due to skeleton. And you know that the body organs they move due to the joints in this skeleton. This we have already studied. We also studied that this skeleton is giving particular shape and strength to our body. I am standing erect. Now stop giving answer due to this skeletal system. And this particular shape is there due to skeletal system. This we already studied. And we already studied that our internal organs like brain, heart, liver, lungs, all these are protected by skeletal system. We studied that brain is protected by cranium, then heart, lung, for example, it is protected by rib cage. This we have already studied. Today we will move little bit forward. What we will study today in the lesson body movement. Today we will study different bones in the skeletal system. What are the different bones present in the skeletal system that we are going to study? So, first we will study about the bones which are present in the axis of our body. Just think that, don't write anything now, just listen. Axis is passing through our body, so we will find along the axis which are the bones. For example, we will find here vertebral column is there. Okay, then Joining the vertebral column, rib cage is there. Okay, joining the vertebral column on the top, skull is there. So these bones which are along the axis, we will call them as axial skeleton. So our skeletal system, first it is divided into two: axial skeletal system and then sidewise there are hands, legs. Okay, so that we are calling it as appendicular skeletal system. Okay, just think axis passing through the center. Just you know that we imagine that Earth is rotating around the axis. It completes one rotation in 24 hours. Just think that through our body also there is imaginary axis passing through. Okay, so what are the different bones in this? For example, this skull joining the vertebral column, then this rib cage. We will consider them in axial skeletal system. Okay, and in the sidewise there are hands, legs. We will consider them appendicular skeletal system. So axial, the wall itself along the axis. Okay, so in the axial skeletal system, then what are there? We will find this skull is there. As a whole, what is there? Skull. So we will write first skull. Okay, then we will find in the skull there is this at the top there is cranium. There is cranium or brain box that is protecting the most important part of our body, controlling center of our body, that is brain. Okay, it consists of this cranium and facial bones that is giving shape to our face. Okay, so we will find here skull, it consists of cranium and facial bones. Okay, apart from this, we will find in the ears also. Our ear it is made up of three parts: external ear, this is external ear, then middle ear, and internal ear. In the middle ear, please don't write anything now. First listen. Afterward, you write down whatever you want to write after 40 minutes. Now listen. Okay, so we will find in the internal ear there are ear ossicles, and in each ear ossicle we will find there are three bones. So we will find in these two ears 3 plus 3. How many bones are there in the middle ear ossicles? 6 bones are there. So we will find ear ossicles. There are 6 bones. 6 bones means 3 plus 3. 3 in right. 3 bones in the right ear ossicle and 3 bones in the left ear ossicle. Okay. Don't write anything now. Listen carefully. 3 plus 3, 6 bones are there in the ear ossicle, and here only we will find the smallest bone in our body is there in the ear ossicle, that is known as stapes. The smallest bone in the body, that is called stapes. It is in the ear ossicle, which is present in the middle ear of our ear. Okay, so we will find there are 6 bones in right ear, 3 bones in the ear ossicle, left ear 3 bones in the ear ossicle, 6 bones in the ear ossicle, and here just above the larynx, here just above the thyroid cartilage, there is one bone, hyoid. There is one bone called hyoid. Huh. So one bone hyoid is there. Here in the cranium, here we will find 14 bones are there, and here in cranium 8 bones are there. Okay, so total 14 plus 8, 22. 22 plus 6, 28. 28 plus 1, 29. In the skull, total 29 bones are there. How many bones are there in the skull? This is the entire skull. We will find total 29 bones are there. Please listen here, Pandey. Again and again you are writing 6 bones, 6 bones. Please listen here carefully. Total 29 bones are there. This is brain box, cranium, which protects the most delicate part of our brain. Sorry, that is the most delicate part, that is called our brain. Okay, you know that any injury to the brain is very dangerous because brain, it is made up of nerve cells and it cannot be repaired. Okay, then there it is not a single bone. It is made up of how many bones? 8 bones. Cranium. Okay, and they are joined to each other. I already told you which joint is there. Which joint is there? Which joint is there? Here, 8 bones are there. Are they movable or immovable? They are immovable. Which joint is there? Fixed joint. Okay, then we will find here face. Face, there are 14 bones. 14 bones are there in the face, and in the face only one bone is movable. What is that? What is that? In here 14 bones are there. In the 14 bones, one bone is movable here. What is that? This. What is that? Lower jaw, or it is also known as mandible. Santosh gave correct answer. Neeraj gave correct answer. It is also known as mandible. Okay, so that is, then ears, in the ear we will find external ear, middle ear, inner ear. In the middle ear we will find what is there? Ear ossicle is there. Each ear ossicle 3 small bones are there. Okay, 3 plus 3, 6 bones. Left ear, right ear. 2 ear ossicles. Left ear ossicle in the left ear, middle ear, right ear ossicle in the right middle ear, 6 bones are there. And here hyoid bone, just above the larynx. Okay, so we will find total 29 bones are there in our which region? Skull region. Understand this much? So this you have to keep in your mind. And the smallest bone is this. Generally it is asking MCQs. And we will find in the skull, the only movable bone here, what is that? Mandible, lower jaw. Okay, this is also asking sometimes in MCQs. So this you have to keep in mind. Okay, this is regarding skull. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, then we will find this vertebral column starting just below the skull. Okay, now this vertebral column, how many bones are there, we will see. Now this we are studying about the axial skeletal system. We studied about the skull, then vertebral column. Okay, so this is our vertebral column. You can touch and feel here. It is not a single rod-like structure, but it is made up of small bones called vertebrae. Okay. So how many vertebrae are there? 26. 26 vertebrae are there. It is made up of small 26 vertebrae which are hollow in the center, and through that only we will find the bundle of nerve spars, that is called spinal cord. So this vertebral column, it is protecting our spinal cord. And we will find why it is called vertebral column, because it is made up of small vertebrae in column-like structure. This is column, this is row. So it is called vertebral column. So you can feel, you can touch and you can feel. So there are total 26 bones are there. It is divided into, you will find cervical vertebrae here. Just starting with the cervical vertebrae, then this region, thoracic vertebrae, below that. Then below that you will find there are lumbar vertebrae. Okay. Then sacral vertebrae. Then coccygeal vertebrae. Okay, understood? So you can feel it, you can touch here, small bones are there, which make our vertebral column. Okay, these small bones total 26 are there. So out of that, the last one, coccygeal vertebrae, it is one. Above that, sacral vertebrae is also one. Then we will find this is 5 in numbers, lumbar vertebrae, this is 12 in numbers, and this is 7 in numbers. 12, 7, 19, 20, 24, 25, 26. So total 26 vertebrae are there in our vertebral column. What are they? Cervical vertebrae, starting with 7 vertebrae are there. Thoracic, this region, then below that lumbar, then sacral and coccygeal. So total, how many bones are there in vertebral column? 26. So is it clear to all of you? This we are studying the bones which are present along the axis. Just think of the axis from the center. For example, just think of the bones which are in connection with the vertebral column. That is, for example, skull we have already studied, 29 bones are there, cranium, 8 bones, that is protecting the brain, the most delicate and important part of our body, made up of nerve cells. Then facial bones, 14, this is movable, mandible. Then ear muscles, ears they are made up of external, middle and internal ear. In the middle ear, there are ear muscles that you are going to study in higher classes. So in these ear muscles, 3 plus 3, right plus left ear, 6 bones are there, and the smallest bone there is stapes. It is the part of that ear muscle and hyoid here, just above the larynx. So total here we will find 29 bones are there. It is present in our body only. Okay, here you know fixed joint is there, only this is movable, all other fixed joint. That we already studied about different types of joint. And along the axis then, this is the vertebral column made up of small bones which have what kind of joint? Gliding joint. I already told you. So this vertebral column we will find 26 vertebrae are there present here, just in this region. Cervical vertebrae 7, then in this region below thoracic vertebrae 12, then lumbar region here 5 vertebrae are there, then sacral 1 and coccygeal 1. So like that, how many vertebrae are there? 26 vertebrae are there. Okay, then what is left? Which is in connection with the vertebral column, constitute the axial skeletal system. What is left? This rib cage. Okay, then we will find here. If I write, it will here I will write. Okay, rib cage. Okay, is it visible? Now here rib cage is there. You know rib cage, it is protecting our heart and lungs. Now this rib cage you already studied in lower classes also. How many pairs of bones are there in this rib cage? How many pairs of bones are there in rib cage? 12 pairs. How many pairs are there? 12 pairs. 12 pairs means 24 bones. 12 pair means how many bones are there? 24 bones are there. Now in this rib cage you will find that the first 7 they are connecting with the vertebral column and to the sternum. Here in the center we will find which bone is there? Sternum. And here vertebral column. So first 7 pair they are connecting with the vertebral column and sternum. Okay. So therefore they are called true ribs. True ribs. How many are there? 7 pairs. 7 pairs means 14 bones. 7 pairs means 14 bones. And after that 3 pairs they are in connection with 7 vertebrae. Sorry, 7 bone of the rib cage. Okay, so that are known as false ribs. 3 pairs are there. And we will find the floating ribs. 2 pairs are there. 2 pairs. These floating ribs you will find they are connecting the vertebral column, but they are not joining the sternum. Okay, so total we will find here 14 plus 6 plus 4. Total how many bones are there? 24 bones are there in the rib cage. In this rib cage, which is protecting our heart, lungs, some parts of stomach. Okay. So is it clear to all of you? In axial skeletal system. Now you know how many total bones are there in our body. How many total bones are there in our body? Now give the answer. How many total bones are there in our body? We already studied. How many are there total bones? Total bones. Yes. Dinesh Soni gave very correct answer. Ishan Tapase gave very correct answer. Maya Uttar gave correct answer. All of you have given. Elisa have given correct answer. Ajbhai have given correct answer. Santosh have given correct answer. Okay. Total 206 bones are there. Out of these bones, we are dividing into 2. What are they? The bones which are in connection with the vertebral column, that is axial skeletal system, and the bones which are present in the hands and legs, that is appendicular skeletal system. Now today what we studied? Today we studied about the axial skeletal system. In axial skeletal system, there are total 80 bones. How many bones are there? 80 bones. So 206 minus 80, how much it remains? Means appendicular skeletal system, how many bones are there? Count and tell me. In axial skeletal system today we studied 80 bones are there. Now 206 minus 80, do. How many bones are there? In appendicular, what math you are doing, Ishan? 162 is writing. 206 minus 80. How many bones are there in appendicular skeletal system? Yes. Pratishruta gave a very correct answer. Pratishruta, how many bones are there then? 206 minus 80. 206 minus 80. 80, 90, 100, here 20, and then 100, 126. What you are writing wrong answers? Appendicular skeletal system, 126 bones should be there. If axial skeletal system today we studied, how many bones are there? 80 bones are there. Which are they? Very clear. In skull, 29 bones. In skull, how many bones are there? 29 bones. Cranium, how many bones are there in cranium? Bone box, which is protecting the brain. 8. Facial bones, how many are there? 14. In the middle here, 3 plus in right and left, 6. And here in higher here, one bone above the larynx. So, in the skull only 29 bones are there. In vertebral column, 26 bones are there. Okay, that is cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral, coccygeal. Okay, and in the rib cage, if rib cage 12 pairs of ribs are there, 24 bones are there. So total 80 bones are there in the axial skeletal system. Now, hands and legs, how many bones should be there? If 80 are there, then total bones in the body is 206, 80, 90, 100, then 100, 120, 126. 126 bones will be there in hands and legs. That is appendicular skeletal system. In axial skeletal system today we studied how many bones are there? 80 bones are there. All these bones we studied. Okay. So that is you already studied in skull, in vertebral column, and in rib cage. Okay. The hands and legs, there are which bones are there? This bone in hand. You know what do we call this? Humerus. This bone is humerus, and here two bones are there. Radius and ulna. Here two bones are there. And here in the wrist, 8 bones are there. Carpels. And here you can touch here. 5 bones are there. Metacarpals. And here you can feel 3 bones are here. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 phalanges. Okay. Like that legs are also there. Okay, so today we studied about the bones in the skull, vertebral column, and rib cage. Okay, is it clear to all of you? Okay, now we will find appendicular skeleton. Appendicular. In appendicular skeletal system, how many? 80, 90, 100, 21, 26 bones will be there. And here in appendicular skeletal system, what we will find which bones are there? Limbs. Limbs means hands and legs. Limbs means what? Hands and legs. And girdle. Girdle. Girdle means here pectoral girdle, and here where our ball and socket joint is the hip joint. This is pelvic girdle, and here we will find pectoral girdle. So girdle also we will find pectoral and pelvic girdle. And here in hands, legs. Okay, so that we are going to study tomorrow. In hands, which I already told you now, this is what? This is humerus. This is ulna. This is radius. This is carpel. This is here metacarpal. Here finger phalanges. In the legs also, the longest bone, femur, high bone. Then here in the knee, patella. Here in the lower leg, tibia, fibula. And then there in the feet, tarsals. Then metatarsals, phalanges. Like that we will find 30 bones are there. In hands and legs, 30 here, 30 here, 30 here, 30 here. So total 120 bones and 6 bones in girdle. This is pectoral girdle, 4 bones, pelvic girdle, 2 bones. So we will find total 126 bones are there. This we will study tomorrow. Appendicular skeletal system. Just remember of today, that is axial skeletal system. That is 80 bones here. Cranium 1. Here face. How many are there? 14 bones. In the middle ear, 3 plus 3 ear ossicles, 6 bones, here 1 bone, hyoid bone, just above the larynx. So here in the skull only 29 bones are there. And this is the vertebral column, 26 bones are there. Okay. And after that in the rib cage, how many pairs are there? 12 pairs are there. Okay. Joining vertebral column and sternum. One sternum here. So joining vertebral column and sternum, 7 ribs. And there are 2 ribs. And then 3 false ribs are there, that is joining the vertebral column and the 7th rib. And 2 floating ribs are there. Okay. So thank you very much. Tomorrow we will study about the bones in the hands and the legs. Today we studied about the axial skeletal system, that is bones in the skull, bones in the vertebral column and bones in the rib cage. So all 206 bones we can study very easily. But just you remember this chart. Now most important thing. Already you know that you got the syllabus, okay, already it is given in WhatsApp chat. So exam date is declared, soon you will get the timetable, start preparation seriously, read the entire lesson. Reading lesson is very very important, and after reading lesson see the respective video also. That is the advantage. Here you can see the video at any time. Okay. So thank you very much. Today we studied about the bones in the skull, vertebral column and rib cage. Okay. Any doubt you have, you please ask me tomorrow also. Okay. So tomorrow we will study the bones in the hands and legs, that are limbs. So thank you. Tomorrow ask me doubt. Have a nice day.